Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's one of those days where we're doing like 3 things at once. We're going to talk some favorites, some flops, some Boxycharm spoilers for March, as well as some skincare recommendations because this is one of those, it's the end of the month and I've got a lot to go over. So I'm not going to waste all that time with a long intro. Let's jump right into the video. If you're interested in seeing favorites and flops, Boxycharm spoilers, skincare recommendations, the works, make sure to keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day. That'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to jump into this month's favorite and flops for February, March spoilers, and most importantly, some skincare tips, stay tuned. All right, I'm going to start by jumping into the Boxycharm spoilers because I know that's what a lot of you guys come here for. The first item, I did actually have the privilege of sitting in on a Zoom conference call with the CEO and founder of Tower 28. This is their SOS, Save Our Skin Daily Rescue Facial Spray. Now, I've had it for about 2 weeks and I've been using it consistently and I'm really a big fan of it. And it was announced only today, so yesterday for those of you watching the video on Saturday when this goes up. But this is going to be a variation in the March Boxyluxe box. It is not going to go to every single Luxe subscriber, but it is a vast majority. Now, what I like most about this, and I've been using it because it's an anti-inflammatory and it's antibacterial. So somebody like me who is prone to breakouts and most importantly, prone to irritation and inflammation, this is really good to use as a prep step. I did recently post on Instagram, and if you haven't seen that, go check that out. But I did my whole shaving routine, which works for derma rolling, dermaplaning. If you use any hair removal on your face, all of that can still be applied to the techniques I used in the shaving video. I prep both my skin and finish my skin with this because antibacterial will help with anything that could potentially cause a breakout in the skin. Plus, it helps reduce bumps and bruising and irritation from a razor on the skin. So again, if you're somebody who waxes, micro rollers, micro abrasions, any of those things that could cause irritation on the skin, definitely something you're going to want to prep with. Now, just while I'm on that subject, before I go into the other spoiler, I do like to follow that up with the LMS Pro Collagen Marine Moisture Essence and the Skin Revival Vital Nutrient Serum from Beauty For Real. These two were both sent to me by LMS and Beauty For Real respectively, but this is not sponsored. This is super hydrating. It only launched on the 17th, but I've had it for about 2 weeks now. And I have to say, I do notice a severe boost in hydration when I use it. And I do like to pair it with the Beauty For Real serum. You guys know I've been raving about their oil forever. But the serum is super nice as well because it does calm, soothe, anti-inflammatory, the works, plus boosting hydration. So like this little trio is the current trifecta for my skin being smooth, non-bumpy, breakout-free, except for the one that I have over here, but it is under concealer right now, so you can't even see it. And this is it. So again, Boxyluxe variation product for March. And these two I'm going to link down below. This was sent to me by the brand, so was this. And you guys know I do have a coupon code with Beauty For Real. It is BFRBRET10 for 10% off. No, it is not a commission code. I'm not making anything off of that, but I do love sharing their products. You guys know MVP, this is a favorites video, so I don't feel weird. MVP is one of those products that I use all the time. It is the tinted moisturizer I'm wearing today. I did not use the concealer today, just the tinted moisturizer, and I love how perfected it looks. All right, so that's kind of some Luxe spoilers and skincare. Jumping into the next Boxycharm spoiler, I'm gonna put a little video up on the screen that Joe put over on his Instagram yesterday. I actually don't have the video, I have 2 screenshots, but they are from Kypris Beauty, which we've received some of their skincare products before. They've actually sent me most of their line, so I'm very familiar with a lot of the products. They have an illuminating eye serum and primer and a shimmer palette. I don't know if you guys can see that here. If not, I will put it up on the screen. But it is an illuminating serum and primer for the eyes to help brighten, illuminate, and just diffuse any light that might accentuate any wrinkles, fine lines, texture, etc. And then a really pretty palette with these 5 shimmery shades that all seem to be super foiled and metallic. You guys know I love a shimmer shadow. I will go over what I'm wearing today a little bit down the road today when we go into my favorites and flops, because everything I'm wearing today I did use today. But this palette looks absolutely beautiful, and this is something that was teased and announced for a premium sneak peek for the month of March. I know in my spoiler video, which I will link up here, I did miss a lot of the premium spoilers in that video, so this will make up for it. This is a premium spoiler for March. Now I am going to try not to take too long to go through the rest of my favorites. I'm going to go in order of like what I think is how impressive it is. So I'm going to start with Aether Beauty. This is the Supernova Crushed Diamond Highlighter. I took a soft wash of this on the cheeks today because the last time I used it on camera in a tutorial, which I will link up above, it was super blinding. So instead of using a tight, dense brush today, I used this fluffy one and really just diffused it over the cheeks. And I think it gave such a beautiful glow without getting overpowering. Last time it was a bit much and I wanted to see if it was user error or not. It is not, it was user error. It is beautiful. I liked how it looked, but I know that some people are a little hesitant to be that blinding. I did pack it onto the inner corners so you can get it to be super metallic if that's what you're looking for, but on the eyes metallic, and then I did do it a little bit softer on the cheeks. Definitely beautiful. I am also a huge fan of their blush. Now, the blush palette that they sent is in the shade Amber. Today, I layered this shade on the cheeks, and then I actually blended it out with the Patrick Ta blush because I did put it on and it was really pretty, but based on how warm the eyes were, this felt a little too warm, so I did add a little bit of the mauviness just to neutralize it, but the pair is absolutely beautiful. I would recommend both of them on their own, together, the works. Next favorite is from Wander Beauty. I am using this for the eyes today. I did also pair them with the KVD Vegan Beauty Dazzle Stick, which also came in, I believe, was this the Ipsy X with Patrick Ta? I believe it was. But I used this shade right here on my lids over this just to set it in place. You guys know with cream shadows, I do like to set them with a powder, and then I used the mattes from this palette as well. And I think the eyes blended out really beautifully. I love the way this palette performed, and layering it over a cream just kind of made it that much more beautiful. I like the texture of it. I think it looks very sparkly, very shiny, and most importantly, crease proof. Like if I close my eyes, you get a smooth lid. My eyes are super oily, so they are super prone to creasing, which is why I tend to avoid a lot of these cream shadow formulas. There's really only been a handful I found that I liked. This is definitely among the ones that I would recommend. I'm going to jump into my flops and then come back for a few favorites because you guys know I hate ending on a negative. So I did unbox the brow box a few videos ago, which I'll link up above, and I got a tattoo brow product as well as a brow powder. I am going to say that after much consideration, both of those are going to be flops for me, and I think I'm going to be discontinuing that subscription unboxing because unfortunately, I don't think brow is a category that really speaks to me as much. I mean, you guys know I take my little Kush brow, paint it through my brows, and call it a day. That's all I did today, and I think my brows look fine. Plus, it was a little expensive for an every other month with 6 products. I feel like putting that money into an Ipsy or a Boxycharm, you'll just get a little more bang for your buck. Personally, or if you like the every other month thing or the quarterly thing, FABFITFUN is definitely the way to go because you get so much more value for your dollar. The last flop I have, I'm really upset to say this, but it is from About Face, Halsey's Beauty line. This came in the same Patrick Ta Ipsy X box, and the color was beautiful. The packaging is a 10 out of 10. It was stunning. And then I applied it, and in one coat, it was promising, but then it dried down a little bit patchy, and after I layered it up, it would kind of pick up from one spot, so even though it was very thin and it applied super comfortably, the color was not exactly super opaque. I don't know if that is specific to this color. This is the shade Cautionary Tale. It might work better. I know that purples and reds are just a harder pigment to work with. So it could just be being a purpley lipstick, it's going to be a harder pigment, and that might be the issue. And you might not have a problem with their nudes or pinks, but unfortunately, based solely on the one I have used, I am not going to run out of my way to try it again. The next 2 products do go hand in hand. It is the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer and the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. This is what I used to prep and set the skin today. I think it came out beautiful. I think what I love most about Patrick Starr is whenever he stamps his name on a product, he's definitely done the testing. He has, I mean, man skin like I do, porous skin. He has for years spoken about his texture, and he's very upfront about the fact that he has porous texture skin. And problematic skin is unfortunately pretty difficult to put makeup on because something I like to remind people, makeup is color. It's not going to fill in divots unless you're using something with a lot of dimethicone. If you have a bump under your skin, you're coloring. You're not exactly smoothing over. But I do find that my pores look super airbrushed when I use this powder and primer together. That's not to say that a good smoothing primer won't help. It can, but you guys know if you have super textured skin, there's really not a lot that makeup can do besides making it minimized, but it may not solve it. I have noticed, dating back to when Patrick came out with the MAC Patrick's powder, that powder was beautiful as well. I do have that, but because it was limited edition, I don't really feature it on camera too often. I am probably going to do, let me know if you guys want to see a test, the one size powder from Patrick Star against the MAC Patrick's powder. I would love to see how the two line up. Maybe I will do that. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. And the last favorite is the concealer alternative I'm wearing today. I did mention I'm wearing the Beauty For Real concealer. I'm sorry, the Beauty For Real tinted moisturizer. And they do have a full coverage concealer in the cap. However, today I did not use it. Instead, I used the L'Oreal Banana Lowlighter Lit From Within. Now, I did get to attend a Zoom conference with the CEO and founder of L'Oreal, and what she had mentioned is that you can layer this over your concealer, or you use less concealer with this, or just a tiny bit of this on its own. It is going to naturally brighten with an illuminating pigment that's going to help to diffuse light, which will help the under eye look brighter. However, there's not a lot of coverage to it, so it is fairly universal and works on a lot of different skin types. There was somebody on the call whose skin was much deeper than mine, and she even mentioned how much she liked it, and they did just launch a peach one, which is a little bit deeper, and if your skin moves in the deeper or warmer tone, that might be better for you. But I took a tiny bit of this on my under eyes today instead of concealer. See, it looks like it has a lot of pigment to it, but once you blend it out over the skin, notice it just diffuses light in the most beautiful way. I think that this is one of those things where less is more. Going in with too much could be a little heavy, but I went in with a tiny amount, skipped concealer. I did set it with powder, and I think my under eyes look really pretty. The last thing I did want to shout out, just because I haven't mentioned it in a while, Paragon Presson's The Best Nails, and I don't just say that because my husband makes them. This set will be going live soon. It is called Peekaboo because it has this one is a champagne glitter underneath with the accent nail in the same color, but you can honestly do it in any color combination. He's done red bottoms with these. He's actually made me ones that were nude on top with black on the bottom, and it's definitely a design I do enjoy. So check out ParagonPressOn.com for all of your press-on nail needs, because they get done right there next to me at my husband's desk. Sometimes I do make them too, but 9 times out of 10, I'll be honest, it is definitely Brandon's handiwork. So that will be linked down below as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, leave me a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts down below. My favorites videos are where I try out a bunch of stuff, and I love your recommendations in the comments, because that's what I know to look for to try out for the following month. I will link a bunch of things down below so you can check out my description box for all the other info, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!